fans, member of the Hall of Fame, I'd like first, before I get started here on a short one, to introduce my family. First, my wife, Ms. Jackson. My daughter and her husband, Mr. and Ms. Harold Fincher. My son and wife and their 3 sons. And I'd like to introduce my oldest grandson there's wife. I also have some friends out there from El Dorado, Arkansas, Texarkana, Arkansas, and Waldo, Arkansas. Will you please stand? Oh, it's a great thrill to be standing up here for all these boys. I tell you right now, men I should say. And especially the ones that are coming in with me this year. On that old Giant team, I was never on but one big league team while I was up there. And there's been great ones from the day that I joined them. And as of today, there's almost 2 complete infields, of which is George Kelly, Bill Terry, and the second base, Rogers Hornsby and Frank Frisch. Second base, Bancroft. Third base, Freddie Lindstrom. And in the outfield, Casey Stengel, Ed Roush, Mel Lott, and Ross Youngs. And out of the pitchers in the Hall of Fame, Carl Hubble, Wade Hoyt, and Burley Grimes. That's a pretty good bunch to be inducted into right today for me. Up in the hotel there's so many young fans. They are all over the place, and they want autographs. And you hate like the mischief to turn one down, and we have been signing as many things as we possibly can because that is the future fans of baseball. We got it. Almost everyone, I'd say 75%, always asks the question, what was your greatest thrill? That would have to start back in 1921 when I entered the ballpark at Little Rock, the first time I'd ever seen one of that size. I think it would hold at least 4,500 people, and I was awed. I went out there to try to play a ball game, and they had to hold up my pants with a cotton rope. If they had asked in 1922 what was a great thrill, was when they told me I'd been sold to the New York Giants. And after that, in the World Series in 1923 and again in 1924. And then back to 1923 when John McGraw traded Bancroft to Boston. The sport writers kind of gave him a going over for breaking up a pennant-winning team and putting the kid shortstop in for 1924. But it worked out. I was lucky enough that we won the pennant, although we lost it to Washington. In 1927 and 1929, for in there about 5 years, the newspapermen from the National and American League had a Babe Ruth All-America team. They voted on it and called it the Babe Ruth All-America team. I won that honor in 1927 and 1929, and believe you me, I had some competition. Because breathing on my heels was Glenn Wright and Joe Cronin. And the next, in 1933, we won the pennant again. Bill Terry, a great manager, took a sixth place finish in 32, and in 1933 won the pennant with it, and we won the series from Washington. All of those were great experiences. And then later on, we won it again in 1933. That was in 1933, and won it again in 1936, which was my last year playing. I'm glad to say that I went out on a big league club and in the World Series. Later on, after I'd quit baseball, I was voted into the Arkansas Hall of Fame with Bill Dickey. Now that was another great one to be there with. And after that, well, there wasn't very much that I could see coming, but all of a sudden, it was the National Hall of Fame. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it.